Okay, so this is my plus size diary for the day. We are just gonna have, um, I guess, a podcast with myself, if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible. A podcast with myself. Being plus size is, they say that it's a state of mind. I agree. There's so many pictures that I've seen of myself in the past where I'm like, I wasn't even that big. Why did I think I was so big? I don't know. But it feels like, sometimes some people, like, it depends on where you are from and how people view life at the time. They'll be like, oh, size 36 is too big or whatever. They say, you should be this size at this time in your life. So I have had a very up and down relationship with that. And at some point, I would say I found my community, and that was later on in my 20s, where people, I didn't know it was an option, and there were people who were plus size. There was a store. There were people who were vibrant. There were all sorts, because another thing that is associated with being plus size is lazy. She's fat. She's lazy. She's fat. She's unhealthy. She's fat. She doesn't look after herself. But I found my community, and I'm so grateful, because I was like, what? And when I was in my 20s, about 25, 26 there. And I just got a different perspective. I got a different perspective to what it means to express yourself using fashion. So fashion is something that every girl goes through. I think every woman, every girl enjoys fashion. Um, but I've never felt to some extent that I've had a lot of representation. Even when I was at my tiniest, I wasn't even big. I thought I was big, but I really wasn't. I thought I was overweight, and I really wasn't. And it was just not having representation. It was always a size 0 or the skinniest girl. Zim is still in the same era. Look at the ladies who have represented Zim Fashion Week. Look at the ladies who represent Miss Universe. It's always a tall, skinny type, dark woman. I am neither of those. I am not tall. I'm not skinny. I am not dark. So I've never seen, like a lot of myself in fashion in them. But over time, I found that community, and when I did, what a game changer. What a game changer. I started to enjoy fashion. I started to believe it was mine. It was part of me. It was something I could have. And that is saying a lot, because a lot of these things were just there for others to enjoy, and you just pass by, or. And funny thing is that I always shopped, like window shopped. And I never got to really like shop, because I would always find, apana size yako, which means there's no size for you in the shop. So when I got to work and interact with fashion in a different way in my 20s, I realized that, look, it's available to you. All you have to do is just do the extra work. You don't have to change how you look. And a lot of people be like, oh, lose weight. One thing about weight gain for women, and I think a lot of people don't really understand, it just happens sometimes. Sometimes you've had a child, sometimes you're going through hormones, and our bodies are not easy to control in that way. Sometimes you have so many things, depression, anxiety, just a bad relationship with food. It really doesn't matter, but it doesn't stop you from enjoying your life at that moment. That's what I would want to say. No matter where you are in your life and how you're feeling, whether you're a size 40, a size 42, a size 50, a size 38, enjoy your life where you are there. Clothes are just clothes. You're going to be able to change them. Whenever you become a size 32, you wear size 32. But in the time that you're not, it doesn't mean that you can't interact with fashion and you can't enjoy fashion. Zim has never been that place for me where I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this. I'm yet to find a plus size model. I'm yet to find one. I'm yet to find a plus size model in our country. I don't know if they ever have been. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overly critical, but I don't know. Can I say I've seen one? I've never. I've never. So, it's very interesting. But I've had so many people in my family, my mom, my aunts. We are literally all the same. We are copy and pasted from my grandpa. Like literally, everyone literally looks the same in my family somehow, somewhere. And they say I got my bust from my great grandma. May she continue to rest in peace. But for sure, like if you see us, we are kind of like the same. But funny thing is that we are not a quintessential, this is a beautiful Zimbabwean woman, because Zimbabwean women are kind of different. Like they're not busty, they don't have big derrieres. They're very slim, athletic. Let me call it that. They're athletic. So so fashion has never been catered for me. So I went out in my 20s and found it. And so now in my 30s, I express myself however I want. And I find things that work for me. Although there have been dips in the road where a lot of esteem is eroded or things happen and things change. But I have always managed to find myself. So in this journey, oh my gosh, this thing has been out this whole time. In this journey that I'm taking online, where I share my stories, I hope that you don't feel alone. I hope you don't feel alone. Wherever you are, Zim plus size, South African plus size, because I know South Africa be somewhere there. South African plus size, Namibia, Southern Africa, Botswana, wherever you are in the world, you're not alone. We just have to work a little bit harder to be our authentic selves, because the society that we are in doesn't seem to have space and room for us. But no one comes as a standard size. That's another thing. No one comes as a standard size. Even those, I think, who are in fashion, maybe they feel as though their preferences are not covered. So they may be slim, slender, athletic, but they may be goth and not find that representation. So the conversation has a myriad of options. But this was just my 2 cents. Remember, follow, subscribe, share with your friends, write a comment. How has been your experience? Has it been similar to mine? Has it been better? Do you feel like, oh my gosh, everybody should just lose weight? What's your problem? You're just unhealthy. Because that's another thing. Why can't you just find a gym and you can just no, we're gonna get there. But whilst we're here and whilst we're living our lives, we might as well enjoy it and find the things that are suitable for us. Okay, so anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thanks for being here. As I said, follow, subscribe. I want it to be under 10 minutes, so I'm just making sure that I don't keep on rambling, because I can go. I've been known to go. To keep on going. But anyway, follow, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's talk about it. What's the plus size conversation? How has been your shopping experience? What have been some of the upheavals that you've gone through? What do you think about your representation in mainstream fashion, in mainstream retail brands? Do they represent you? Do they showcase what you enjoy and what you like? Are you an anime girl? Are you a goth girl? Are you a classic chic girl? Whatever it is, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Bye.